Episode 6 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters slows things down after the chaos of the previous episode and focuses on consequences. The Titan threat is still present, but the story shifts toward grief, memory, and time. The episode opens in 1958, with Bill and Keiko setting up their new office at Monarch. This should be a moment of progress, but it's overshadowed by Lee's decision to leave. Although it's framed as a reassignment, it's clear that Lee chooses to leave because of what happened between him and Keiko. There is an unspoken tension in this scene. Bill may not fully know the truth, but something has clearly changed. Keiko understands it, and Lee chooses distance instead of confrontation. This moment shows how relationships can fall apart without conflict. Sometimes people simply step away instead of dealing with what happened. Lee's conversation with his father, Leland, adds another layer to his character. Leland talks about the mindset that comes with being in the military, suggesting that power can create a sense of entitlement. At first, it seems like he's offering insight, but his actions contradict his words. When he forces Lee into a transfer to Vietnam, it becomes clear that he believes he knows what is best, regardless of what Lee wants. This moment reflects the idea that authority figures often impose their will while claiming it's for a greater good. After reacting emotionally to his forced transfer, Lee returns to Keiko and asks to rejoin Monarch. This decision shows that, despite everything, he still believes in the work they were doing. However, his return also highlights something important. Lee says he won't let personal feelings interfere again, but the damage has already been done. The past can't simply be ignored just because someone decides to move on. The story then jumps closer to the present, showing Hiroshi and Kentaro on Skull Island. Kentaro is sketching Kong, and instead of reacting with anger, Hiroshi uses the moment to connect with his son. This is one of the few times we see Hiroshi being open and honest. He talks about Axis Mundi and reveals how time works differently there. What felt like 2 days to him was actually a year in the real world. This moment is important because it shows that Hiroshi understood the danger but still kept secrets. He was trying to protect his children, but his silence ended up contributing to the situation they are now in. Back in the present, the funeral brings all the characters together. The focus isn't just on loss, but on how each person deals with it differently. Keiko's grief is especially powerful because she had just been reunited with her son after decades. Losing him so quickly highlights the cruelty of time in this story. For her, it feels like she was given a second chance only to have it taken away again. Kentaro, on the other hand, reacts with anger and blame, directing it toward Cate. His reaction shows how grief can turn into frustration when there are no clear answers. The introduction of Dr. Suzuki reconnects the story to its scientific roots. He represents the earlier days of Monarch, when the focus was on discovery rather than control. Suzuki also brings up the idea of time dilation, which explains why characters like Keiko and Lee have not aged normally. This reinforces the idea that time in this world isn't stable or linear. Kentaro's interaction with Mei reveals a different kind of conflict. Instead of dealing with his grief in a healthy way, he tries to fill that emotional gap with distraction. His behavior shows that he isn't really processing what happened. He's looking for something to replace the loss, whether that is connection, validation, or control. The theme here is emotional avoidance. Instead of confronting pain, Kentaro tries to escape it, which leads him to make questionable decisions. Kentaro's encounter with Isabel, who is connected to Apex, shows how vulnerable he is in this moment. He's aware that he is being manipulated, but he still goes along with it. This highlights how Apex operates. They don't just rely on technology, they exploit emotional weakness. Kentaro becomes a target because he's unstable and searching for direction. At Suzuki's house, the focus shifts back to the Titan problem. Suzuki reveals that he has rebuilt the Titan calling device and improved it by accounting for time distortion. Lee's plan is to use this device to call Godzilla and use him to deal with Ko-Kai. This idea introduces a major risk. Instead of controlling a Titan directly, they are trying to bring another Titan into the situation. This shows that even Monarch is starting to consider more extreme solutions. While the others focus on the device, Cate and Keiko explore Cate's connection to Ko-Kai. The ripple effect in the water visually represents this link, showing that Cate isn't just sensing the Titan, she is interacting with it. The reversed movement of the ripples suggests that this connection goes both ways. It's not just Cate reaching out. The Titan is also reaching back. The theme here is communication. Instead of forcing control, the episode suggests that understanding may come from connection. Cate and Keiko discover that Co-Cai isn't attacking randomly, it's lost. This changes the entire perspective on the Titan. If the Titan is simply trying to find its way, then the solution isn't to fight or control it, but to guide it. This directly contrasts with both Apex's and Lee's approaches. In the final scene, Lee and Suzuki open a rift and attempt to use the Titan calling device. Instead of summoning Godzilla, Lee hears a signal from his past self. This moment introduces the idea that time in this world may not be linear. The past and present are connected, and events may be repeating or overlapping. This creates two possibilities. Either Lee is actually communicating across time, or he's hearing echoes of events that have already happened. Both ideas suggest that time is unstable and possibly cyclical. Episode 6 is about time, grief, and the consequences of past decisions. While earlier episodes focused on control versus understanding, this episode adds another layer by showing how the past continues to shape the present. Monarch and Apex are still moving toward conflict, but the real shift comes from Cate's discovery. If Titans aren't enemies but lost creatures of nature, then the entire approach to dealing with them needs to change. At the same time, the introduction of time loops raises the stakes even higher. If the past and present are connected, then the characters are not just dealing with current problems. They are part of something much bigger that has been unfolding for years. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.